RVs and camping vans have always been a very American thing. And while these quote-unquote mobile homes are pretty sweet, they're still not exactly pushing the boundaries of technology like other vehicles. Well, at least that's what you'd think. In reality though, these RV campers can actually be the most futuristic vehicles on the road, especially if you're looking for that super luxury experience. So from the private jet-like Concorde Centurion to the Titanic Anderson MOBIL, here are some of the best camping vans and RVs that'll surely blow your mind. Number 10. SWISSROOM Box. Alright, not everyone has the space to keep a massive camper van in their home. Plus, they can be a bit of a pain to maneuver and maintain as well. So if you're looking for that sweet outdoor camping experience within their existing means, then this bad boy's got you covered. In essence, it's a little flat toolbox that you can easily carry around and put in your trunk. Once you open it though, then it's like a clown's pocket. Like things just keep coming out and you can't help but wonder how they'd even fit everything in this tiny box. In all seriousness though, you've got beds, grilling equipment, a tent, and a table and chairs too. So basically the whole lot. And once you're done, you can just fold it all back into its nifty little box. The best thing about it, however, is the fact that it's all tailor-made for the type of car that you drive. Number 9. Concorde Centurion 1200. Now let's make a complete pivot and go to the opposite side of the spectrum, because the Concorde Centurion is like a luxury mansion inside a bus. Yep, this thing looks even more insane than a millionaire's private jet, and honestly, you could probably live in here permanently. Described as a 5-star hotel on the road, this converted bus's interior is lined with premium leather and is the finest mahogany wood. You've got a whole dining area with these really comfy sofa seats dotted all over the place, and even the kitchen area has everything that you'd ever need. The real star of the show though is the bedroom with its panoramic view, 3 windows, and a pretty huge bed. Like, it's entirely possible to have a sleepover in this thing. And the bathroom, despite being relatively small, still has that futuristic rainforest shower. Oh, and just in case you get bored at any point during your journey, you've got multiple TVs in there too. Number 8. MARCHI ELEMMENT PALAZZO Superior. If you thought that Concorde was impressive though, wait till you check this beast of a machine out. Dubbed as the most luxurious mobile home in the world, this absolutely gigantic RV is going to definitely attract eyeballs wherever it goes. And the fact that it's not a converted bus, but a full XL-sized camping van makes it even more impressive of a feat. But of course, being big doesn't necessarily mean that it's good. But from the onset, even its exterior looks very futuristic. In fact, we even go as far as to say that this is hands down the best camping van out there in terms of looks. Oh, and we haven't started talking about the interior yet. Go ahead and name a room in any luxury mansion. Chances are that you'll find it here in this mobile home too. For instance, you've got your usual living area, kitchen, drinks, bar, bathroom, and a whole lot. However, on top of that, this beast also has an entire dedicated spa area for you to relax in. Honestly, what a time to be alive. Number 7. CAMI TERRA Wind. Remember that car from James Bond? You know, the one that could just drive straight into the water? Now imagine that, but in the form of an RV. Yep, the CAMI TERRA Wind is an absolutely bonkers idea that only a mad scientist could have come up with. But the surprising thing about it is that it still somehow works. Like, imagine having a luxury house that can turn into a yacht at the flip of a button. Isn't that the coolest? All you do is switch over to the marine controls once you're in a body of water, and voila, the boat stuff kicks in. That's not all though, as this physics-defying vehicle is also impressive from the inside. Despite the fact that it's amphibious, this bad boy's still got the entire suite of luxurious stuff inside it. So your big bedroom, TVs, dining area, and a full-size jacuzzi as well. What's even more interesting though is the fact that since it floats on water, you can also hook a jet ski to it and deploy it over the waters. And of course, it really wouldn't have been a great water RV without a diving board. Number 6. VOLKNER MOBIL. Continuing our trend of some of the most insane camping vans out there, the VOLKNER MOBIL's got everything you'd ever need on a road trip. Comfortable leather seats, an entire entertainment center, bedrooms, and you know the drill, everything else. The special thing about this RV in particular, however, is the fact that it's got a section that can slide out for more space. Like, imagine thinking that things are getting a bit cramped up in there, and just popping one of the walls out to make it bigger. Yep, that's exactly how it works. With that said, the craziest thing that car enthusiasts especially would definitely love about the VOLKNER is the fact that it's got a full 1-car size garage under it. No, seriously, it has a ramp that slides out, lets you park your sports car in it and pops back in. Number 5. Wonder Rear Lounge. Okay, having all these high-tech massive camper vans with crazy futuristic stuff inside is cool and everything. But what if you're more of a low-key person who prefers to keep in touch with nature while still living in luxury? Well, if we could turn a 5-star cabin in the wood into an RV, then this would be it. The Wonder Rear Lounge is going for a more minimalistic aesthetic, and there's nothing too fancy here. Just some pleasant colors and massive windows everywhere for that sweet natural sunlight. However, that doesn't mean that it's not sophisticated or modern, actually far from it. You've still got the same lounge, dining area, and bedroom here. The only difference is that it's not flashy anymore. Oh, and driving this thing around is also much easier due to its smaller size. Number 4. Unity Murphy Bed. Now, the Unity Murphy Bed is more or less the same thing as the previous RV, except that it's got a lot more space in it. So you've still got your different rooms, shower, and everything. Plus, even the big windows and muted colors are the same. What's different, however, is the fact that for starters, this camping van conversion is based on a bigger Mercedes RV, so you already have more space. On top of that, there's tons of storage space here as well, with cabinets and drawers for days. And finally, since it's called a Murphy model, you've got the bed that folds right up into the wall, leaving even more room for you to enjoy. Number 3. Anderson Mobile Fajit. Converting a massive bus into a mobile home is cool and all that jazz. But what if you turned an entire cargo truck into a living space? Yep, this beast of a machine is easily the biggest and the baddest mobile home we've seen yet. Like literally, no level of creature comfort is off the table when it comes to this thing. You've got top of the line everything in there, including exotic wood, fine leather, and some very fancy furniture. Honestly, it'd be hard for even a big luxurious VITA to compete with this thing. That's how impressive it is. No longer do you have to deal with cramped up bedrooms and showers, as it's literally a full-sized home on a truck. And on top of that, oh, and that glossy black exterior is enough to make anyone fall in love with it at first sight. Number 2. Polydrops P17X Explorer. Alright, it's time to switch gears for a bit and move away from that whole massive house on the road stick, because this nifty little guy is super impressive for what it is. Essentially, it's a tiny room on wheels that you can attach to the back of your car. In reality though, it's so much more than that. You've got a cozy little bedroom with its own workstation, an outdoor shower, and even a kitchen opening with stovetops and everything. Plus, it's got that cyberpunk aesthetic with those sharp angled edges that really make it stand out. So while it's not some big futuristic house on wheels, it still manages to deliver so much in very little space. Number 1. STELLA VITA. Having a cool looking RV is one thing, but what if it literally looked like something straight out of the Jetsons? For real though, if someone doesn't acknowledge this thing's bizarre shape and design, then they're probably blind. It's this long van that honestly looks like one of those self-driving car concepts, except it's also got a solar panel array on top that opens up. And when it's fully open, the STELLA VITA almost looks like a ladybug on wheels with its wings. Of course, solar panels also mean that this thing can drive for a lot longer than most other cars. In fact, a single battery charge gives you a 600-kilometer distance, with an extra 130 coming in from the solar panels during the daytime. With that said, while the technology is impressive, and it's an eye-catcher, the interior is pretty modest as compared to the rest of the RVs we've seen so far. In terms of the pure tech driving its wheels though, this is probably the most advanced camper van we've got yet. Alright, what's your favorite RV out of these? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to TechJoint, and we'll see you in the next one.